crashes or delays, and it looks like there is not. This is the 15 in both directions as you make your way in from Poway Road headed southbound, and this is both directions from our College Avenue cam on the 8. Coming at your screen is the westbound drive, so that's as you exit the College neighborhood headed towards the 15. And this is a little closer to the coast. We got a little bit of gloom out there, but not much. So it looks like things are rolling really smooth as folks make their way northbound coming in from downtown this morning. Travel times are in really good shape. I mean, not much to talk about. We're averaging about 3 to 6 minutes right now to get you westbound, and that's coming in from the East County. Average speeds anywhere between 70 to nearly 75 miles per hour. So if you're traveling in from the South Bay headed northbound, easy 10 to 15 minute rides. Back to you guys.
Vanessa, thank you.
Boulevard pocket and head westbound towards the College neighborhood. Let's go ahead and take it a little closer to the coast. This is the 5 in both directions right at Old Town Avenue. You can see the downtown skyline. Ooh, and the coaster going by there on the right. We are looking at really nice drives this morning, but just a heads up, we are tracking a crash. This is on the 125 right at Navajo Road in the Fletcher Hills area. It looks like it's on the right shoulder, so keep an eye out for that. Let's say if you're exiting La Mesa headed northbound towards that 52 connector, or even if you're headed southbound, that may slow things down for you this morning. All right, travel times are in really good shape. We're averaging about 70 to 75 mile per hour speeds coming in from the East County headed west, 3 to 7 minutes right now for those overall travel times. If you're traveling in from the South Bay headed north, we're still all in the green. Again, I'm never sure why it shows yellow to get to take you 3 minutes to get across the Coronado Bridge, because that's actually pretty average to get in from Barrio Logan inbound. Let's go ahead and pull up your travel times coming in from the North County, because nothing major happening coming in from Oceanside nor out of Escondido. In fact, average drive time is about 10 to 11 minutes and speeds anywhere between 70 to 75 miles per hour. So, all right, 6:11 is the time. Let's go ahead and see what's happening with your border wait times. We're tracking about an hour wait to get across from San Ysidro's port of entry. And then if you're traveling in from Otay Mesa's port of entry, it'll take you about an hour 40, an hour 20. So pack your patience. Hour 40, actually. My math, I was like, hour 40. Back to you. That's for sure. All right, we'll start with the maps, and then we'll take you kind of across town and showcase some of our sky cams around the county. 125 right at Navajo Road, right in between the 52 and the 8 freeway. That's where we are continuing to track a crash on the right shoulder. This is in Fletcher Hills. May slow things down for you if you're headed in either direction, north or south this morning. And then we're also tracking a stalled car on the right shoulder, and this is in the University City area on the 805 North right at Nobel Drive. All right, let's go ahead and showcase some cameras, shall we? This is the 805 right at Sorrento Valley southbound. Top of your screen is a northbound drive, and this is the 94 in both directions. This is the westbound drive, so this is that drive as you make your way west from the 805 headed towards downtown San Diego. Right side of your screen is eastbound drive as you approach the 805 connector. And then this is the South Bay coming in from Chula Vista as you make your way towards that 54 connector, eventually reaching the mile of cars. And you can see that things are starting to slow down a little bit. All right, San Ysidro to get up to the 94 will take you about 15 minutes, close to 10 minutes inbound from the 54 up to the 8 freeway via the 5 north, and under 5 full span of the Coronado Bridge. We're still on the green and at steady speeds coming in from the East County this morning. And here's what it looks like traveling in from the North County headed south. Pair of 11s on the 5 and the 15. Back to you guys. That's where we're tracking our latest crash, blocking the right lane in San Ysidro on the 5 North right where it meets the 905. This is near that IB pocket. So let's say you're headed from the border towards IB via the 5 near Dairy Mart Road. You may encounter some slowing. We're also still tracking this. This one's still active on the CAD, and this is on the 125 right at Navajo Road. It's northbound, but it could cause some brake tapping for those headed south this morning nearing La Mesa and the Grossmont Center area. And then we still have reports of a stalled car blocking the right shoulder in the UTC area, and that's on the 805 right at Nobel Drive. All right, let's go ahead and give you a live look outside. This is the 805 in both directions right at Sorrento Valley. What you're looking at is a southbound drive. So this is middle of the Golden Triangle as you make your way to the 52 connector. And then this is the 94. Top left of your screen is a drive as you make your way through Golden Hill and South Park, eventually reaching downtown San Diego. I mean, and look at this parking lot like drive coming in from Chula Vista as you make your way towards a mile of cars on the 5 North. Travel times right now coming in from the South Bay, we're transitioning into the yellow. So that means that things are slowing down even more on the 5 in from the 54 all the way up to the 8, passing downtown, eventually into Point Loma. Will take you about 15 minutes, so not too bad. It could be worse, but things are slowing down as we're progressing into the 6 o'clock hour, 3 to 7 minutes meanwhile for those westbound drives. And then of course we're pretty slow and go coming in from Santee. Average time about 10 minutes, speeds about 50 miles per hour. Back to you guys. For
exactly.
Sure. 6:48 is the time. Let's go ahead and start things off with a look outside. This is the 94. So if you're wondering what in the world am I looking at, top left of your screen, that's the westbound drive. So this is the drive as you make your way towards downtown San Diego. That's the drive away from downtown. We are looking at a parking lot drive. I mean, we're at a crawl to say the least on the 5 North coming in from Chula Vista headed towards National City. That is usual for this time of day, so I would leave early if you got to get somewhere on time headed from that neighborhood. Look out for a crash that may slow things down as you make your way across the border and use the 5 headed towards Palm Avenue or the IB area. This is on the 5 North right before you get to the 905. And then we have another crash blocking the shoulder in Fletcher Hills on the 125 North at Navajo Road. All right, that's going to wrap it up in the 7 o'clock hour, 7:02 on your hump day. Let's go ahead and start things off with a live look outside, and then we'll talk about some of the troubled areas that we're tracking. So that was 805 at Sorrento Valley. Things are looking really nice and smooth on the 94 in both directions at 28. Quite the opposite, though. We are at a gridlock right now on the 5 as you make your way towards the mile of cars coming in from Chula Vista, headed towards National City this morning. All right, look out for a crash that may slow things down as you head into the U.S. from, let's say, the San Ysidro border on the 5 North. Right before you get to the 905, we have a crash blocking the right lane, slowing things down all the way to San Ysidro Boulevard and Dairy Mart Road. Back to you guys right before you hit the 905. So this is as you're heading in from San Ysidro towards IB this morning. And then we're also tracking a crash on the right shoulder in the Fletcher Hills area, 125. We also still have the stalled car in the middle of the Golden Triangle on the 805 North right after Nobel Drive. Travel times are starting to see an uptick, 15 to nearly 25 now to get you northbound out of Chula Vista National City. Netta. Passing the 125, but unfortunately, I mean, speeds anywhere between 5 to 15 miles per hour. So switching gears, this is what it looks like as you shoot up from the South Bay, headed north into the North Park area on the 805. Look out for a stalled car blocking the right shoulder in Lemon Grove. That's on the 125 North right before you hit Lemon Avenue. And right now it's slowing things down all the way to the 94 connector. In fact, right now speeds averaging about 39 miles per hour or so. Here's a quick look at travel times out of the East County as you make your way westbound this morning. Back to you.
Tip nachos.
Tri-tip nachos. Oh my gosh, and then the soft serve. Oh, so good. Okay. Enough about that. Let's go ahead and take you to the 94 because that's where we're tracking a crash that's going to slow things down for you as you make your way through South Park and Golden Hill. It's involving 3 vehicles, and right now speeds down to about 20 miles per hour. Climb as long as that crash remains active. All right, back to you guys. Because of that incident. No lanes are blocked, but of course it's causing a good amount of brake tapping for those headed westbound this morning. Travel times are starting to build slightly, about still 12 minutes to get you inbound from the 125 to downtown, and about 15 or so coming in from Santee. Eric, a view of that same camera there. Travel right now anywhere between 6 to nearly double that on the 8 and the 94. And then of course out of Santee, we're seeing a good amount of brake tapping from the 125 to the 15 under about 15 minutes or so. 25 minutes for those drives headed in from Chula Vista National City, both on the 5 and the 805. Full span of the Coronado Bridge in pretty good shape. Average speed is about 40 minutes. At 40 miles per hour, and we're averaging under 5 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes right now to get you southbound, both on the 5 and the 15. Netta. I don't know what he's like when he's not on camera.
Right.
I'm like, is the energy matched at home?
During breaks, downtime.
And I'm almost like,
It's
I
tough
hope
to
not.
maintain that a whole day long.
Yeah, he's
Quiet
like,
time.
yeah.
It's part of the show.
Like,
yeah, and the mullets.
Oh my
flaring
God. And I'm
around,
like,
yeah.
do you drink coffee? Is it like the Celsius?
He's high on life and unicycles.
Yeah.
That's what it
Yeah.
does.
And
yeah.
you have to have concentration because he's like juggling. He's like, I deal with all this dangerous equipment. I'm
Right.
like,
Does it all with a perma smile. too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you covered the fair, you've met him.
Oh, yeah.
He will be
absolutely.
there. You'll see him.
Literally what you see on camera
8
is how he
years,
is in
9 years in a
person.
row. I think
I
I've
always
seen the guy.
know this time of year when the 5 at Via de la Valle gets back
Oh, yeah.
up, and
Yeah.
that's what we're going to expect for the
I
next
mean, this
several
is
weeks.
really the start of those events,
Yeah.
right? We have the San Diego County Fair, and then we have the Del Mar races right after that, and then we have the other race. I'm drawing a blank, but we have the other big horse race as well, followed by that. Yes, the Breeders' Cup. All right, let's go ahead and take you not necessarily to the 5, but near it on the 94 at 25th. Things are slow all the way back to the 805 because of a multiple car crash. As we give you a live look, right side of your on the 94 and the 52, if you're traveling in from the South Bay headed northbound, about 25 minutes for both of the drives on the 5 and the 805, and then full span of the Coronado Bridge, we're averaging under 5 minutes to get you from Barrio Logan to downtown to Coronado, rather, the old toll booths. A pair of 16s on the 5 and the 15, full span of the 78 will take you about 20 minutes at last check. Back to you guys. Pretty view whatsoever. In fact, this is a pretty nasty view of the drive that people are having to deal with coming in from Santee. I mean, we're just at a pure crawl right now, headed westbound up the summit as you eventually make your way towards Tierra Santa in from Santee. The 94 in pretty good shape. We had an earlier crash that involved a few cars. That crash has cleared, and it looks like the slowing is improving as you're making your way towards downtown. I wanted to show off this view here. This is the 5 at Via de la Valle. It's blocking the carpool lane also in Carlsbad, a little more south Carlsbad, and this is on the 5 north at Poinsettia, slowing things down to La Costa. Again, if you're headed north or even south, you're encountering brake tapping because of that activity. This is still active on the CAD, so the 94 seeing a good amount of slowing right at 25th due to a crash. No lanes are blocked. Everyone's moved to the right shoulder. Tow trucks have arrived on scene, so you could encounter some slowing there as you make your way into downtown San Diego. Travel times are in pretty good shape. We are seeing improvement, transitioning from the red to the yellow, meaning that speeds are continuing to increase as we're approaching the 9 o'clock hour. 25 minutes right now to get you northbound in from. You're all having a beautiful weekend and finding adequate ways to stay cool, especially if you're hanging out across the inland valleys. This is just the start of the warm-up that will take us all the way through the weekend. Hey, and happy opening day for the San Diego County Fair. If you are headed out, still impacting our entire coastline, and we'll also talk about what the second half of the week has in store. A lot going on as we kick off the second half of the work week. Hope you're all having a beautiful week so far. I know a lot of kids are enjoying the start of their summer break. Hey, we have a beach hazard statement impacting our entire coastline, still impacting the beaches all the way through tomorrow afternoon. Just a heads up, if you're an inexperienced swimmer or surfer, I would stay out of the water for the next few days until things simmer down more noticeably on Friday. We are looking at sets anywhere between 4 to 7 feet, with isolated sets potentially anywhere between 9 to 9.5 feet, and we really have that strong rip current risk as well. If you're hanging out along the coast over the next 12 hours, here's what you can expect. We'll eventually, if you're taking a hike, maybe going out there for the weekend, I would suggest that you hike really early when it's the coolest, when we're in the 60s and 50s, because the warming is really going to take over the county's eastern half looking ahead to this weekend. We could very well see National Weather Service also issue an extreme heat watch or excessive heat advisory because of those temperatures reaching close to 110 over the next several days.
All right, Vanessa.